Hi everyone, and welcome to the first of two videos on learning how to read Hangul. And in the first video, we're going to learn all the different consonants and vowels in Hangul. And we're also going to learn how to pronounce all the letters and how to write all the letters. Now, Hangul is made up of 19 consonants and 21 vowel letters. And Korean language is written in blocks of syllables by combining these consonants and vowels. In English, a syllable can have many different combinations of consonants and vowels. We can have a consonant-vowel combination, a consonant-vowel-consonant combination, a consonant-consonant-vowel-consonant combination, or even consonant-consonant-consonant, vowel-vowel, consonant-consonant-consonant combination. And there are also many other combinations as well. However, Korean syllables can only have three possible combinations: a consonant-vowel, a consonant-vowel-consonant, or consonant-vowel-consonant-consonant. And in this lesson, as I've mentioned already, we're going to first focus on learning all the different consonants and vowels in Hangul and learn how to form syllables made up of a consonant-vowel combination. And in part 2, we're going to learn the consonant-vowel-consonant combination and learn how to read the final consonant, 받침. So let's begin with the consonants. First, we're going to learn 4 consonants that are mildly aspirated, which makes them very unique. And we'll talk more about what this mildly aspirated means a little bit later. And these 4 consonants are 기역, 디귿, 비읍, and 지읒. And as well as these 4 consonants, we'll also learn other consonant sounds that are related to these 4 consonants. Okay, so the first letter is 기역, 기역. Now, when we learn the letters in Hangul, learning the stroke order of how each letter is written is very important. So as we introduce each letter, we will play a short video clip showing you how the letters are written. So do pay attention to these videos and learn the correct order of each letter. Now, 기역 is regarded as a sound somewhere between the English G and K. And this can sound a little confusing, as really, what's the sound between G and K? And to better understand what this means, we first have to understand that 기역, G, and K sounds are articulated, as in the sounds are produced in a similar way. The mouth is open a little, and the back of the tongue touches the roof of the mouth. However, the differences between these 3 consonant sounds is in voicing and level of aspiration. G is a voice sound, so the sound is produced with vocal cord vibration. And G sound is produced with little to no aspiration. And aspiration is related to the amount of air that's expelled as you produce a sound. And this means that you will feel hardly any air coming out of your mouth as you produce the sound. So if you put your hand over your mouth and produce the G sound, you will feel hardly any air on your mouth. So it's G, G, G. K, on the other hand, is a voiceless sound. So there is no vocal cord vibration when you produce this sound. And this sound is produced with moderate aspiration. So if you put your hand in front of your mouth and make this sound, you will feel a lot of air on your hand. So it's K, K, K. Now, 기역 is a voiceless sound with mild aspiration, meaning that there is no vocal cord vibration and the sound is produced with some air coming out of your mouth, but a lot less than K. And it's this small amount of air coming out of the mouth that gives 기역 a hint of K sound. So it's 그, 그, 그. And although 기역 has this K sound, the level of aspiration is much less. So that's why we tend to think of 기역 as a sound somewhere between G and K sound. Additionally, in Korean, we have a consonant that's much more similar to the English K sound, and that's kiuk, kiuk. Kiuk is written like this. Kiuk is a voiceless sound, and the sound is produced with greater aspiration than K. But kiuk is a similar sound to the English K sound. So it's k, k. Okay, so let's now listen to the sound of 기역 and kiuk together. k, 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 k. Okay, so the second mildly aspirated consonant is 티귿, 티귿. And 티귿 is written like this. And similar to 기억, 티귿 is regarded as a sound somewhere between the English D and T. And the reasons are very similar. The articulation between 티귿, D, and T is very similar. Initial position is with the tip of the tongue just behind the upper front teeth. However, D is a voiced sound with little to no aspiration, and T is a voiceless sound with moderate aspiration. And 티귿 is a voiceless sound with mild aspiration, and this mild aspiration gives 티귿 a hint of T sound. So it's T, T, T. Additionally, we have a much more heavily aspirated sound similar to T, and that's 티읕, 티읕. And 티읕 is written like this. Ti읕 is a voiceless sound with heavy aspiration, so it's T, T, T. Let's hear 티귿 and 티읕 together. T, 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 T. The third consonant that's mildly aspirated is 피읕, 피읕. And 피읕 is written like this. 피읕 is regarded as a sound between B and P, and the articulation is very similar between 피읕, P, and P. The initial position is with the lips closed. However, there is again similar differences between these three sounds. B is a voiced sound with little to no aspiration. P is a voiceless sound with moderate aspiration. And 피읕 is a voiceless sound with mild aspiration, and this mild aspiration gives 피읕 that P sound. So it's 푸, 푸, 푸. However, as with the other consonants we have learned so far, there is a more heavily aspirated sound that's similar to P sound, and that's 피읕, 피읕. 피읕 is written like this. 피읕 is a voiceless sound with heavy aspiration, so it's P, P, P. Let's hear 피읕 and 피읕 together. 푸, P, 푸, P, 푸, P. The final consonant that's mildly aspirated is 지읒, 지읒. 지읒 is written like this. 지읒 is regarded as a sound between the English J and CH sounds. And as with the other mildly aspirated sounds, articulation is very similar between 지읒, J, and CH sound. The initial position is with the body of the tongue touching the roof of the mouth. But again, the differences are all related to voicing and aspiration. J is a voiced sound with little to no aspiration. CH sound is voiceless with moderate aspiration. And 지읒 is a voiceless sound with mild aspiration. And again, this mild aspiration gives 지읒 that CH sound. So it's ch, ch, ch. Now, the heavily aspirated sound that's similar to CH in Korean is 치읓, 치읓. And 치읓 is written like this. Now, 치읓 is a voiceless sound with heavy aspiration. So this is ch, ch, ch. Okay, now we're going to listen to 지읒 and 치읓 together, but these two consonant sounds can sound very similar, and differentiating these sounds is actually quite difficult for beginner learners. So even if 지읒 and 치읓 sound very similar, remember that there are differences in the level of aspiration. And as you continue to learn Korean, it should get easier to differentiate these sounds. Listen to 지읒 and 치읓 together. ch, 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 ch. Finally, in Korean, we have what we call double consonants. And these are basically made up of two consonants. And there are double consonants for each of the mildly aspirated consonants. So for 기역, there is 쌍기역, 쌍기역. For 디귿, there is 쌍디귿, 쌍디귿. For 비읍, there is 쌍비읍, 쌍비읍. And for 지읒, there is 쌍지읒, 쌍지읒. And to make these sounds at the initial position of articulation, the muscles around the mouth are very tense. They're much more stronger. And the sound is produced as we release from that initial position much more sharply than the mildly aspirated sounds. So for 기역, it's 그. But for 쌍기역, it's 가. And because of this tensing of the muscles around the mouth and the sharp release, double consonants are often called tense consonants. Listen to each pair of consonants. 그, 끄, 그, 끄. 드, 뜨, 드, 뜨. 부, 빠, 부, 빠. 즈, 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 즈. Okay, so let's now move on and learn about 시옷 and 쌍시옷. 시옷 is similar to the English S sound, and it's written like this. Now, although 시옷 is similar to the English S sound, the sound of 시옷 is only similar to S when S is used in consonant clusters. And a consonant cluster is a group of consonants together in a word. So in smile, we have the consonant cluster SM, and in splash, we have the consonant cluster SPL. And in these words, the S is similar to the sound of 시옷. So the sound of 시옷 is 스, 스, 스. Now, 시옷 can also sound like SH sound when it's used with certain vowels. And we'll look at this in detail when we go through the vowels later in this video. Next, we have 쌍시옷, 쌍시옷. Now, 쌍시옷 is like other double consonants. From the initial position for the S sound, the muscles are tense around the mouth. And the release from the initial position is much sharper. So it's s, s, s. And 쌍시옷 is similar to the S sound when S is used with vowels, such as in the words sun, sour, and sand. Listen to the sounds of 시옷 and 쌍시옷 together. s, 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 s. Okay, so let's now look at the letters 이응 and 히읗. Now, 이응 has no sound, and we often call it a placeholder. And 이응 is written like this. Now, English words can begin with a vowel letter. So we can have words like oil, which begins with a vowel sound. However, in Korean, a syllable always has to begin with a consonant letter. So if we want a Korean word to begin with a vowel sound, we can use 이응, as 이응 does not have a sound of its own. So oil in Korean would be written like this, with 이응 and the vowel o, which we will learn shortly later in this video. Now, here is probably the easiest consonant we will learn in this lesson, and it's written like this. Here is just like the sound of H in English, so it's h, h, h. Now, I don't think we need too much explanation with this sound, so let's move on. We have three more letters, and they are 미음, 니은, and 리을. First up is 미음, 미음, and 미음 is written like this. Now, 미음 is similar to M sound in English. And just like the English M sound, 미음 is a voiced nasal sound, meaning that air passes through the nose rather than through the mouth. So 미음 is m, m, m. Now, one thing to note with 미음 is that some people say 미음 can sound similar to B sound in English. And this is mainly because 미음 is not as nasalized as the English M sound. And this just means that not all the air passes through the nose, and some actually pass through the mouth. And since mium and b are articulated in the same way, with the mouth closed, mium ends up sounding a little bit like b sound. Now, if you like technical terms, this reduction in nasalization is called denasalization. Next, we have niun, niun, and niun is written like this. Niun is similar to the English N sound, so it's a voiced nasal sound, and it sounds like this. N, n, n. And similar to mium, niun is also denasalized. And because niun is articulated in a similar way to D sound in English, with the tip of the tongue behind the upper front teeth, some people say that niun can sound a bit like the D sound. So do keep that in mind. Finally, we have liul, liul. And liul is written like this. And generally, liul is similar to the English L sound. So it's l, l, l. However, the sound of liul can change depending on the position of the syllable and other sounds nearby. Liul is like the L sound when it's used in the word initial position. So in this word 라면, 라면, which means ramen or noodle, liul is used in the word initial, as in the first syllable of the word. So we pronounce it like the L sound, with the tongue just behind the upper front teeth. So it's 라면, 라면, 라면. On the other hand, liul can sound a bit like R sound in Spanish when it's used between two vowels. So in this word 노래, 노래, which means a song, liul is positioned between the vowels O and E. So in this type of positioning, we pronounce liul similar to the R sound in Spanish, with the tip of the tongue touching the roof of the mouth. So this is 노래, 노래, 노래. Okay, so that's it for all the consonants, but before we move on to the vowels, one important point to note is that depending on a person's handwriting and also depending on the font you use in word processors, some of these consonants can be written slightly differently. It's not a huge difference, and certainly no Korean gets confused by these differences, but as a beginner Korean learner, it can cause a bit of confusion. So what I would say for now is that just be aware of these subtle differences, but as you continue to learn Korean, these differences should be less of a problem. Okay, so let's now move on to the vowels. Now, in terms of vowels, there are altogether 10 basic vowels and 11 complex vowels. And 11 complex vowels are formed by combining the 10 basic vowels. So we'll begin with the basic vowels. Now, in terms of basic vowels, some of them have vertical bars and some have horizontal bars. And when we form syllables, the vertical bar is always positioned next to the consonant letter, and the horizontal bar is positioned beneath the consonant letter. So we'll begin with the vowels that have vertical bars. First, this vertical bar with a dash pointing to the right is ah, ah. And it's similar to the A sound in the word mat, mat. Ah is written like this. Then we have the vowel that has an extra dash compared to ah, and this is ya, ya. Ya is written like this. Now, this extra dash represents a Y sound, and there are also other vowels that have this extra dash. And this extra dash gives these vowels a Y sound. So we often call these vowels Y glide vowels. Next, we have a vertical bar with a dash pointing to the left, and this is O, O. Similar to the vowel sound in the word hot. O is written like this. Then we have the Y glide vowel of O, and this is ya, ya. Ya is written like this. Okay, so let's listen to these vowels together. Ah, ah. Ya, ya. O, o. Ya, ya. Okay, let's add them to a consonant letter and form syllables. Now, as these are vertical vowels, we position them next to the consonants like this. Listen to me reading each syllable. Ka, ka. Ya, ya. No, no. Sha, sha. Now, as we mentioned before, ing has no sound, so we just read the vowel sound. So it's ya, ya. Also, if you recall, we mentioned that shiot can sound like sh sound when it's used with certain vowels. And when shiot is used with y-glide vowels, such as ya, it's pronounced like an sh sound. So it's sha, sha. Okay, so let's now take a look at the horizontal vowels. First, this horizontal bar with a dash pointing up is or. Similar to the vowel sound in the word dog. Or is written like this. Then we have the y-glide vowel with an extra dash, and this is your. Your is written like this. After that, we have a horizontal bar with a dash pointing down, and this is oo. Oo is similar to the vowel sound in the word cook. Oo is written like this. And then we have the y-glide vowel of oo, and this is you. You is written like this. Okay, so let's listen to these four vowels again. Or, your, oo, you. Let's add them to a consonant letter and form syllables. Now, as these are horizontal vowels, we position them below the consonants like this. Listen to me reading each syllable. Paw, your, boo, Q. And again, because ing has no sound, we read the vowel sound in this syllable. So it's your. Okay, then let's now look at the last two basic vowels and the complex vowel formed by joining these basic vowels. First, is a unique vowel in Korean. It's not a vowel sound that exists in English, but this sound is produced with your lips open sideways. So it's is written like this. Then we have the vertical vowel with no dashes, and this is E. It's similar to the double E vowel sound in C. E is written like this. So these two vowel sounds are E. Let's add them to a consonant letter and form syllables. Listen to me reading each syllable. K. P. Okay, then we have the first complex vowel, and this is 의. And it's written like this. This complex vowel is formed by combining the basic vowels ư and e. And to make this vowel sound, we simply say the vowels ư and e quickly together. So it's 의. Now, this vowel can be pronounced differently depending on the consonant it's used with and depending on the position of the syllable it's used in. But the basic sound of this vowel is 의. Also, when we form complex vowels by combining vertical and horizontal bars, they essentially wrap around the consonant letter. So if we add this vowel to the consonant ing, it looks like this. So this is read 의. Now, before we move on to the next set of vowels, we mentioned before that shiot can sound like sh sound when it's used with y-glide vowels. But this also happens when shiot is used with the vowel e. So shiot in this word, which means to be sour, is pronounced 시다, 시다, 시다. Okay, so we've learned one complex vowel, 의, but the next set of complex vowels we will learn are formed by combining vertical vowels together. First, we have 에, and this combines the vowels o and e, and it's written like this. Then we have 에, and this combines the vowels a and e, and it's written like this. Now, although these two complex vowels are formed by combining different basic vowels, they are pronounced in the same way. They are both 에. So, although you don't need to worry about pronouncing these vowels differently, it is important that you use the correct vowel when you're writing. And depending on which vowel you use, the word can have a different meaning. For example, 개 is a crab, but 개 is a dog. Also, 새 means age, but 새 is a bird. So it's important that you spell the words with the correct vowel when you're writing. Then we have the Y-glide vowels. And first, this is yeah. And this combines ya and e. And it's written like this. And then we have yeah. And this combines ya and e. And it's written like this. And similar to e and these two Y-glide vowels are pronounced in the same way. They are both yeah. Listen again to how these vowels are pronounced. E, yeah. Okay, so let's combine these vowels with consonant letters. And as these vowels only have vertical bars, they are positioned next to the consonant letters. Listen to me reading these vowels. 개, 제, 폐, yeah. Now, as you may have heard, although the consonant p is used with a Y-glide vowel yeah, in this combination, the vowel yeah is actually pronounced like e. So this is read pe, rather than pe. Now, one of the main reasons for this is because, as you kind of heard, it's actually really difficult to pronounce Y-glide vowels yeah with certain consonants. And p and yeah is a really difficult combination to pronounce. So the syllable pe, which actually means lungs in Korean, is pronounced pe. And this way of the Y-glide vowels yeah being pronounced as e is very common. And we call this weakening of the Y-glide vowels. To give you another example, this word means a watch you put on your wrist. And the Y-glide in the second syllable weakens. So this word is pronounced 시계. Okay, so let's now move on and learn the final 6 complex vowels, which are often called W-glide vowels as they contain W sounds. Now, W-glide vowels are formed by combining vertical and horizontal vowels, so they wrap around consonant letters when they're written in syllables. First, we have wa, and this combines the vowels o and a. So if we say these vowels together, it's o, a, wa. Wa is written like this. Next, we have wa. And this combines the vowels u and o. So if we say these vowels together, it's u-o, wa. Wa is written like this. Lastly, we have we. And this combines the vowels u and e. So if we say these vowels together, it's 우, 이, we, 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 we. We is written like this. Okay, so let's hear the sounds of these vowels again. Wa, 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 we. Let's now combine these vowels with consonant letters. Listen to how I read these syllables. Kwa, kwa, wa, wa, chi, chi. Okay, then we have 3 more complex vowels, and although they are formed by combining different vowels together, they are all pronounced in the same way. Where, and where. First, we have where, and this combines the vowels o and e. So if we say these vowels together, it's o, e, where. Where is written like this. Next vowel is also where, and this combines the vowels u and e. So if we say these vowels together, it's u, e, where. Where is written like this. The final vowel is also where, and this combines the vowels o and e together. And with this vowel, if we say o and e together quickly, it actually doesn't make the where sound. However, this vowel is also read where. This where is written like this. Okay, so let's hear each vowel once again. Where. Let's now combine these vowels with consonant letters. Listen again to how I read these syllables. Que, where, nue. Okay, so those are all the vowels in Hangul, and now that we've learned all the consonants and vowels in Hangul, let's now do a reading practice of syllables that are made up of a consonant and vowel combination. Okay, so let's practice reading Korean words that have 1 or 2 syllables. The first word is 아빠, and this word means dad. This word uses ion consonant with the vowel a, so it's a, and the second syllable uses 쌍비읍 with the vowel a, so it's 아빠. The second word we have is 호수, and this means lake. In the first syllable, we use the hiët and the vowel o, so it's ho. And in the second syllable, we use 시옷 with the vowel u, so it's 호수. The next word is 여자, and this word means a woman. The first syllable uses iung and the vowel 여, so it's 여. And the second syllable uses the consonant 지읒 and the vowel a, so it's 차. So this is 여자. Now, one thing to note with mildly aspirated consonants, 기역, 티귿, 비읍, and 지읒, when they're used in second or third syllables and come after vowel sounds or a voiced final consonant, such as 미음 and 니은, they are pronounced as voiced sounds. So 기역 becomes a G sound, 티귿 becomes a D sound, 비읍 becomes a B sound, and 지읒 becomes a J sound. So this is pronounced 여자. To give another example, this word means a butterfly. And because 비읍 follows the vowel sound a, it's pronounced like a B sound. So this is 나비. Okay, so the next word we have is 꼬리. 꼬리 means a tail. In the first syllable, we have the sangyeok with the vowel o, so it's go, go. And in the second syllable, we have lir with the vowel e, so it's li, li. So it's gori, gori. And because lir is positioned between two vowels, o and e, it's pronounced more like an R sound. So it's gori, gori, gori. The next word is 의자, 의자. And this means a chair. And in the first syllable, we have the consonant iung with the vowel 의. So this is 의, 의. And in the second syllable, we have 지읒 and the vowel a, 자, 자. So it's 의자, 의자, 의자. And again, 지읒 is pronounced like a J sound because it comes after a vowel sound. 의자, 의자. The next word is 교회, 교회. And this means a church. In the first syllable, we have 기역 with the vowel 요, the Y glide vowel, 요. So it's 교, 교. And in the second syllable, we have 히읗 with the vowel 회. So it's 회, 회, 회. So this is 교회, 교회. Now, one thing to note with the 히읗 sound is that quite often when it comes after a vowel sound, in natural fast speech, 히읗 sound can disappear. So it can be pronounced like 교회, 교회, and that's fine. But some people might say it like 교회, 교회, 교회. And this disappearing of the 히읗 sound is more common in natural fast speech. The next word is 우유, 우유. And 우유 means milk. And in the first syllable, we have iung with the vowel u. And in the second syllable, we have again iung with the vowel u, the Y glide vowel u. So this is 우유, 우유. The next word is 왜, 왜. And this means why. So if you want to say why to someone, you just say 왜, 왜. And in this syllable, we use the consonant iung with the vowel 왜. So it's 왜, 왜. The next word is 야채, 야채. And this means vegetable. In the first syllable, we again use iung with the vowel ya, the Y glide vowel ya. So it's just ya, ya. And in the second syllable, we have the consonant 치읓 with the vowel 에, 에. So it's 채, 채. So this is 야채, 야채, a vegetable. Next, we have 크다, 크다, 크다. And this means to be big. So this is like an adjective, a descriptive verb in Korean. In the first syllable, we have the consonant kiuk with the vowel 으. So it's 크, 크. And in the second syllable, we have 디귿 with the vowel 아. So it's 다, 다. So this is 크다, 크다, 크다. And because 디귿 comes after a vowel sound, it becomes a voiced D sound. So it's 크다, 크다, 크다. The next word is more, more, more. And this means what in Korean. And we use the consonant mium with the vowel wo, wo. So it's more, more, more. Next we have 네모, 네모. And this means a square. And in the first syllable, we have niun with the vowel 에. So this is 네, 네. And in the second syllable, we have mium with the vowel 오. So it's more, more. And this is 네모, 네모. The next word is 처가, 처가. And this means wife's home, as in the wife's side of the family. In the first syllable, we have 치읓 with the vowel 어. So it's 처, 처. And in the second syllable, we have 기역 with a vowel 아. So it's 가, 가. So this is 처가, 처가. And again, 기역 becomes a voiced G sound as it comes after the vowel sound. So this is 처가, 처가. Next, we have 귀, 귀. And this means ear. And it uses the consonant 기역 with a vowel 위. So this is 귀, 귀. Next word is 사과, 사과. And this means an apple. And in the first syllable, we use 시옷 with the vowel 아. So it's 사, 사. And in the second syllable, we use 기역 with a vowel wa. So it's kwa. And together, it's 사과, an apple. Okay, the last word is 따로. And this means separately. It's an adverb. And in the first syllable, we have the double consonant, the tense consonant 쌍디귿 with the vowel a. So it's 따. And in the second syllable, we have 리을 with the vowel o. So it's 로. So this is 따로, separately. Okay, so I think it's time for an independent practice, but don't worry, all the words that you're going to practice reading are all the words that we have just seen. So it shouldn't be too difficult. And try to read the words by yourself first and then listen to me afterwards to see whether you've read the words correctly. If you're ready, let's begin. 우유. 귀. 의자. 교회. 호수. 따로. 왜. 사과. 아빠. 꼬리. 야채. 여자. 처가. 네모. 뭐. 크다. Okay, so I intentionally didn't tell you that the order of the words will change, but I thought that was necessary to make it a little bit challenging of a practice. Great effort. Well done. Okay, so I hope you now have a much better understanding of all the consonants and vowels in Hangul and how they are pronounced and how they are formed into syllables that have a consonant-vowel combination. Now in part 2 of learning to read Hangul, we're going to learn the consonant-vowel consonant combination and learn the rules on how to read the final consonant, 받침, in Korean. So I'll see you soon again in the second video. Bye-bye.